All right, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. When doing a comparison from an evaluation standpoint, you have to factor in competition. Your man Etienne went against the 32nd ranked defense in A&M, 41st in Georgia Southern, 46th Georgia Tech, 87th in Syracuse. And people are like, Murf, he took over the Syracuse game. They had the 87th ranked defense. I hope he took over the Syracuse game when your starting quarterback is gone. 116th against Wake. Murf, do the Wake run. Not doing the Wake run. 116th. NC State, 66th. Florida State, 80th. Louisville, 122. People like Murf, he was killing in Louisville. They almost have the worst defense in the country. You have BC at 70, Duke 77, South Carolina 84, the ACC cross-division champs, Pitt 59. You hit the playoffs, you got 30 for Notre Dame and then 16 for Alabama. So imagine that. No top 25 defense on the entire schedule until the last game of the season for Travis Etienne. Now, come on. Now, people who've played football, just think about it logically. If you're going to go out there and fight, you fight a bunch of little kids or something like that, yeah, you may win. Go fight a bunch of dudes coming out of prison or something like that. I bet you your competitive standpoint right there get a little bit different, wouldn't it? Huh? Would you win as much? I don't think so. So not trying to be super disrespectful in that manner, but that's a factor. Now check this out right here. With Georgia, DeAndre Swift went against the 84th South Carolina, neutral opponent right there. Our common opponent, you have Middle Tennessee 50th, Mizzou 62nd, Tennessee 49th, Vandy 99th. Then look at this. You went into a stretch where you went against the top 25 defense in LSU. Then you played against Florida 28th, Kentucky 23rd, Auburn 38th. So I only showed clips from Kentucky and Auburn just to make it fair, right? Auburn finished 38th, but if you look at its roster, it's probably got 10 draftable defensive players right now. UMass 123, Georgia Tech 46, played the same Alabama team, and then got did up really bad by Texas. So you tell me who's playing the better defensive schedule, and that shouldn't count. Come on, let's be realistic about it. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. I won't make a dime from this shit. Copyright Strike City. I'm just going to go ahead and run this shit. All right, I told you DeAndre Swift had a bad game against Texas. Here you go. Boom, fumble, Philly fumbler. Right? Yep, and he fumbled one more time and was pretty much benched after that. So now that we can have that out the way, can we get down to business? All right, so check this out. We're going to do the Alabama game right there. So people were saying that Travis Etienne had just a much better game than DeAndre Swift against Alabama. So that's a like opponent, two top 25 defenses, right? The same exact defense. All right, so check this out. Look at that. Go back. Coming up right here. Now look at this. Obviously, it's Alabama. Everybody on the field is drafted. Look at this. Oh, come on now. Dead legging, just like I said before. Hit him with the Philly crossover. Philly flyer. Now it's time to encounter Dylan Moses. Nah, it's good. No problem. Leg drive. Just straight leg drive. Touchdown. Get up. Do your thing. All right, here we go. Etienne, inside zone. Nothing. Walk in. I'm not making this up. So you guys wanted me to show this. I'm not sure why you wanted me to show this. Inside zone, untouched. All right, inside shovel. I love this play. Very good play right there. There you go. Pulling the guard. Trevor does a great job of forcing. Look at that. Breaks a tackle. Pretty dope right there. Walking in the end zone. Love it. All right, here we go. Almost like an inverted read option. Trevor takes the fake and then goes in the middle while Etienne goes on the outside. Pretty dope. Hit the outside. Good blocking from Renfro right here. Have more blocking right here. Got a runoff right here. So you're pretty much just out leveraging them. I'm not sure why this was such a big deal, why somebody wanted me to show this, but There you go. He's breaking tackles from people trying to corral him from behind. One more at the half-yard line by Deontay Thompson. Hits him in the back. Stands up, going in the end zone. Bayou blur. All right, back to Swift. This play is illustrative of what Swift is all about. Check. Oh, look, make somebody miss in the hole. Spin off a tackle. Look at him carrying the whole goddamn Alabama team. Carrying the whole team. Check it out. Inside zone, first guy. Now look at this. Without first guy, make a miss. First guy, make a miss. Here you go. Safety coming. Nope. Not even gonna happen. You're not tackling DeAndre Swift like that. That's what I mean. Stays on his feet, spins off of it. Now look. It's him and 1, 2, 3 defenders. 4, 5. 5 defenders and just DeAndre Swift with a teammate just now coming. So now guess what happens? It's time to get that leg drive on. Driving. Look at that. Boom. Get you how many more yards? Come on, man. Yep, so people like the stat gawk. You got to actually watch the game. DeAndre Swift had a hell of a game. Check this out right here. Now look at this touchdown. Got a man dead to rights? Nope. You're not tackling DeAndre Swift like that. Look at that. Flat route. Shaheem Carter sees it. Look, one-on-one with DeAndre Swift. Look, DeAndre Swift, when he catches the ball, he still has to kind of gather himself right there. So there's the momentum right there. He doesn't even juke him back to the inside. He just shows you that 0 to 60. Look at that. That's quickness right there. Now look, he's too thick in the lower half, too powerfully built. Just great lower body strength. Breaks that tackle, finishes on his feet. Touchdown. All right, so here's why I cannot take runs from Louisville, Wake Forest, NC State, all these teams like that, because they don't have the type of athletes that these top 25 defenses have. Now look at this. This should have been a touchdown. Travis Etienne's the fastest guy ever, according to some of you people in the comment section. This should have been a touchdown, right? No safety. Safety slips. He's gone. To the house, right? To the house. Nope. He's ran down by a linebacker. That was Dylan Moses, ran him down. This is not me making anything up. Now let's check this out right here. Dylan Moses is right here. Here's Deontay Thompson, the last line of defense in this particular defense. He's going to actually shoot up, right, and slip. So Dylan Moses is right here. Let's see. So right now, Dylan Moses is caught up in a block right now, right? So this is very even. So right now, Dylan Moses is just starting. So we see Moses right here, Travis Etienne. He's running however fast you said he's running. Now let's get this right. Obviously, this kid is extremely fast. No doubt about that. But I can't take long runs from Louisville. I just can't. Look at this. Look at this. Right away, he's looking. He's run down extremely quick. I don't think this running game for like 30 yards. Dylan Moses actually kind of outran him. That's a 230-something pound linebacker. It's just different when you're playing against elite level competition. All right, so I want you to check this one out right here. Mack Wilson. He's going to come up and meet DeAndre Swift right here. Mack Wilson, one of the best linebackers in the country last year. Had a kind of a down year, so it messed up his draft status, but he'll be a star in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns. Just watch. So check this out right here. The very similar plays between Etienne and Swift. I'm going to play back-to-back right here. Encounters Mack Wilson. Now look, he's taking him for a ride. It takes everybody else coming in to take Swift down. Go slow. Coming in right here, Mack does a great job. He was always a good stack and shed kind of guy. So you linebackers out there, make sure you take on these blocks, stack them, and boom, look at him. Counter. That's a good hit. That's good impact between two high-level athletes right there. But look, Mack can't take this dude down. He's still driving his legs. That's all I'm saying. He's got just a little bit more lower body strength than Travis Etienne, which he's a bigger back too. He's a little shorter, but he weighs more. Look, still driving. That's some great lower body strength. Does that mean that Travis Etienne sucks? Hell no. Slap yourself. All right, same exact situation. Inside zone, we see Mack Wilson right here. Meeting of the minds. Split zone, actually. Look at that. That's some good physicality by Etienne. Good physicality. We'll see it. Split zone. Milan Richard on the cross formation right there actually was a bluff. So he bluffed it right there. The block. Look, come up and meet Matt Wilson. Lower the shoulder. Now drive him. Drive him. Not really. Just look at the leg drive. Not really that much, but guess what? He keeps fighting. Guy runs hard. I love that. But you can see not the type of lower body strength that Swift has. That's all I'm saying. There's a discernible difference there, but it does not mean that Travis Etienne does not have good leg strength, just not better than DeAndre Swift. That's all I'm saying. Just not better than DeAndre Swift in that particular aspect. All right, check this out. It's not me making anything up. Very similar to when Travis Etienne got ran down by Dylan Moses. He seeks contact. Look at him. Look at him flexing on him. He's flexing on him. Let's go back right here. Inside zone. Cleared the breach on the edge right there. Coming down. Dylan Moses on him as well. But look, sizing up Deontay Thompson. Most backs would have probably just tried to get this bad boy out of bounds. You know what? He's like, forget it. Let me send a message. This is Georgia football. Boom. NFL safety. Now some people like, well, he got tackled. It's football. You're going to get tackled, especially if you're playing against damn Alabama with NFL safeties and stuff like that. Don't be that dense, right? Nobody's going to take every single play to the house or anything like that. My point is Swift in the physicality. He's known for his cuts and people using LaShawn McCoy, Barry Sanders, and people like that who juke you out and stuff like that. But this guy is physical. He's extremely balanced. You can't really pinpoint something that he does better than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Another type of characteristics because he's good at it all. Good at it all. Look at him. Walk and flex on him. Philly Flyer. All right, people talk about making something out of nothing. This is making something out of nothing. Now, it's not a long run or anything, but look at this. Look at the degree of difficulty to get out of something like that. That's extremely unique. Look at it. Counters the linebacker right there. Two people dead to rights, and they needed him to get out of bounds on this. So this was really dire right here. Good block by Isaac Nada right there. But look at him turn like that. That's the agility that I'm talking about. There's no way in hell somebody could come up on this channel and say that they have a similar type of agility. That's just not Etienne's game. That's what Swift has. Doesn't mean Etienne sucks, right? Some of you dumbasses gonna come in and say that, and watch what you say to me too. Like, for real, like, you wouldn't say that shit to me in real life. Don't be Johnny Internet and do it anonymously. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I slap your teeth down your throat for real. So Mr. Internet Man says, hey, you never show anything negative about DeAndre Swift. Here you go. Look at this one right here. Trying to make something out of nothing, but look at this. Extremely fast, but guess what? You're not faster than the whole Alabama defense. You know what I'm saying? So here you go. Look at that. Boom, right there. Still making people miss, though. Still making people miss. Trying to make something out of nothing right there. He tends to do that a little bit right there. So sometimes he just get upfield, but that's very rare, to be honest with you. But there you go. A nothing game from Swift. But it's Alabama. Not everything's going to go for a big game. All right, so remember I talked about the leg drive. You can't get any better than the same exact team, right? So check this out. Boom, leg drive. No, look, he gets lifted in the air. He's in the air. They lifted him in the air. Look at him. How high? Meth in red. How high? Man's in the air like a ceiling fan. Look at that. Look at his feet. Now, I ain't trying to clown or nothing like that, but look at his feet right there. He's in a high chair, his feet way off the ground. I just thought that was funny, to be honest with you, though. I'm not trying to clown or anything, but I just thought that was a funny play. Like I said, it's Alabama. Not everything's going to be dope. All right, look at this one. Another inverted read option. I like this. He gets to the corner. Look at this. He gets to the corner, but guess what? This would probably have been a touchdown against Louisville. Would have been, be honest with yourself, against subpar competition, which is pretty much the entire schedule for Clemson as far as the defenses go. This is probably a touchdown. You know? So it looks good, but does it look as dynamic as it would look against other teams on the schedule? That's why you can't lay everything on playing against subpar defensive competition. Everybody's going to look a little bit more explosive playing against the weaker teams on the schedule. And when your whole entire schedule is full of weaker teams like that, do you not put something on that, from an evaluation standpoint? So you know what you don't see on Travis Etienne's game against Alabama? A real catch. He had the shovel pass, but can he do something like this? An over the head Ken Griffey catch? He got the Ken Griffey, right? Look at that. This is perfect right here. This is what you call, this kid is a receiver. I think if you put him at a slot receiver permanently, he would still be a very good football player. So that's the difference. I think DeAndre Swift is a football player, whereas I think Travis Etienne is a great running back. DeAndre Swift, great football player. Travis Etienne, great running back. That's some good stuff right there. All right, same game. You can't say that I'm cherry picking, but here you go. Look at this. Going against more tougher football players, pretty much getting solo tackle, right? Coming up head on with somebody. Almost arm tackle right there by Dylan Moses, right? You can really say that Moses slowed him down tremendously right there. Xavier McKinney came, cleaned him up. Right? Not making it up, not cherry picking. Same exact game. All right, I like this one right here. Really good vision by Travis Etienne. Really good vision. I like this right here. So look, originally, you can see him looking at the right A gap. Nothing there. Then he finds it on the left. I like it. Run through arm tackles. Good stuff. All right, last one on this section. Another read option. Nothing too drastic about that. All right. So there you have it. There's those guys against Alabama. I put up the stats right here. And you tell me from a football standpoint who actually had a better game. Now, I wanted to get into pass protection as well. I know this thing is running super long, so people probably dropped off. But obviously, this is for my real football heads. Most of you clowns that came up in there aren't real football heads anyway. You didn't watch that much. But for the people who will watch to the end, I'm giving you an epic breakdown right here. Free, straight up free, you know what I mean? So make sure you support the boy. Be on one of those Patreon sites. Help me continue to grow and be able to continue to do stuff like this, because obviously this will make $0 because it's copyright city right here. But from a statistical standpoint, DeAndre Swift had a better game because guess what? Catching the football is football. Blocking and helping your quarterback is football, right? So if you want to take just the rushing stats, yes, with that run that he had against Dylan, when Dylan Moses ran him down, he ended up with a little bit better rushing statistic. Not much, but definitely better. But it wasn't even close. One catch for 5 yards for Etienne for a touchdown, 6 for like 65 for DeAndre Swift. So add that up, and you look at the amount of production for the entire game, and DeAndre Swift had that. So, a walk-in touchdown for Etienne, untouched. He had a really good touchdown, that first one, when it was like a 17 touchdown, but another one, kind of a walk-in shovel pass. Like, come on, you saw DeAndre Swift's touchdown and the degree of difficulty on those as well. So, two great players, no doubt about that. I just prefer DeAndre Swift and his tool set over Etienne. I don't think that there's anything Etienne does that DeAndre Swift can't do, but I don't think right now in his career that Etienne can catch like DeAndre Swift or he can protect the passer like DeAndre Swift. So if you think Etienne's more explosive, that's debatable. Who has the longest run in both their careers? DeAndre Swift does. So I don't know what to tell you. And DeAndre Swift is playing against much better competition in a scheme that is a running scheme that people know they have to stop Georgia's running scheme to beat Georgia. You can stop Clemson's running scheme. It doesn't matter. They have the best quarterback in the world, and they have the best receiving core in the world with a very good offensive line. They don't need to run the ball. They didn't run the ball against NC State and beat NC State by like 80. Come on. You don't run the ball with Georgia, you'll never see that. They can't run the ball with Georgia, they lose, period. That's just how the makeup is of both of those teams. So real football heads understand what I'm talking about. Clowns don't. Clowns are just homers, and we love Etienne, whatever like that. We're not doing that bias shit here. I like both of these guys, but I'm just doing honest evaluations of it. All right. But thank you for those who are real football heads. Continue watching. All right, let's talk about the explosiveness of both of these gentlemen here. So Travis Etienne is the one that definitely has a lot of long runs. I'll give him credit for that Notre Dame run, but you ain't getting credit for beating up on Wake Forest, man. Come on. That's like getting credit for beating up on little people. Look at this. My man does the lean in at the tape against Wake Forest. Wake Forest is one of the worst teams there is. He had 1,658 yards rushing, and like 1,000 of them came against Wake Forest on 2 runs. Now check this out. Your man DeAndre Swift going against Kentucky. What was Kentucky ranked? It was a top, 20 defense, number 17 or something like that. Long runs. Who actually has the longest run between the two? That would be one DeAndre Swift. And look, it seems like all his long runs come against really good teams like Auburn here, Kentucky we've seen. And look, this man's leaving guys behind that are going to be playing in the NFL. And I noticed something about Etienne. Now check this out right here. His 0 to 60 is not that good. He's a long strider or he's a build-up speed kind of guy. So check this out. 0 to 60, he get ran down real quick on the 0 to 60. We saw him get run down earlier by Dylan Moses. So he's known for the speed, but he's known for speed in a slow conference. Like, what does that mean? Look at this guy right here. He's burning through Auburn and leaving these guys. That's not fair. Let's have a look at it again. Look, he's making full speed cuts, right? He doesn't have to take it out there. He's not breaking stride. Put the left foot in the ground. Now look at this. You can visibly see him leaving guys. Thickly big kid, powerful lower half, doing his thing right here. And we already know he can hit you with the muscle relaxer, making you sleep good, right? He makes everybody sleep real good. Look at this. He hit him with that crossover. I think that's like maybe that's the Tim Hardaway or the Grant Hill. Somebody had a crossover like that. But your man Etienne, he can do his thing too. He'll break some tackles, give you a little bit of finesse right there, but it's a lot more clunkier and definitely not as electrifying. So now check this out right here. If you see this man right here, what is he going to do? He's not going from side to side. He wants to run you over. He'll do the finesse stuff, but look at your man Etienne. He got a chance to run somebody over right there. Nope. He's going to take the finesse way more than likely. Don't get me wrong, though. He'll break tackles, no doubt about it. Everybody's break tackle against Louisville, but he's doing breaking tackles by running to a spot. So he's running to a spot. You get it? Not squaring you up. He's running to a spot. Now look at this right here. That right there is a future Hall of Famer, Devin White. He's going to be the best linebacker in the NFL, top 5 draft pick this past draft. Look, he has to get helped up. Look at him. He has CTE trying to tackle the Philly Flyer. Now tell me about that as far as the physicality goes. I don't think there's really – now check this out. Pass pro. Horrific. Travis Etienne is horrific at pass pro. Now look at this. Square your man up. We all had to be there. Look at him. It's almost like he's afraid of contact if he's not running ball. Not DeAndre Swift. He'll square you up, and he'll keep under you. Same thing, square you up. So maybe that's the difference between playing in a professional pro-style offense, right? You know, they're teaching you stuff like that, but your man Travis Etienne is terrible. He always ends up on the ground. And then, of course, we know about catching the ball, breaking ankles, and muscle relaxing in the open field. Travis Etienne doesn't have good hands, but when he does catch it, he's a straight weapon. So, man, there pretty much you have it. Who you got?
What more can I say? Top Billin.